Hey everyone, today we're going to crack the code on how these massive apps we use every day get built. We're talking about the secret blueprint that makes sure they look and feel exactly the same no matter what device you're on. Welcome to the world of design systems.
Really think about it for a second. You open up Twitter on your phone, then on your laptop, then maybe your tablet, and everything, the buttons, the fonts, the icons, it's all perfectly consistent. It feels like one solid thing. Now, that is not an accident. That is some serious intentional planning. So how in the world do they pull that off?
Well, the secret is something called a design system. And this is way more than just a simple style guide. Think of it like the ultimate Lego set for designers and developers. Every single piece, from the tiniest little icon to a whole navigation bar, is already built, it's already approved, and it's ready to go. You just assemble the pieces to build whatever you need, and you know it's all going to fit together flawlessly.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll look at the big picture, the architect's blueprint. Then, we're going to lay the foundation with color and typography. After that, we'll get into the fun stuff, the actual building blocks like icons and buttons. Then we'll uncover the master plan that ties it all together, which is called the atomic design principle. And finally, we'll see how that little blueprint turns into a massive digital skyscraper.
You know, every great structure starts with a solid foundation. And in a design system, that foundation really comes down to two things: color, which sets the entire vibe, and typography, which gives the product its unique voice. If you get these two things right, everything else just kind of falls into place. You see, a color system isn't just about making things look good. It's a tool for communication. It's huge. When a designer is done, they can hand this over, and the developer gets this perfect bird's eye view of every single approved color. There's no guesswork, no messing with color pickers. It's just pure, seamless efficiency.
And when it comes to text, less is absolutely more. The best apps out there don't just throw a million font styles at you. Nope. They use a really small, really deliberate set. We're talking maybe 4 or 5 styles, max. And it's not about being restrictive, it's about creating clarity and avoiding total chaos for the user. And this right here, this shows you exactly how it works. Every single style has a specific job. The H1, that's your big title. It's screaming, hey, look at me first. The H2 breaks things up into nice, neat sections. The body text is your workhorse. And then the caption kind of whispers those little extra details. It's this beautiful, invisible system that guides your eye through the page. All right, so our foundation of color and type is solid. Now we can start making the interactive bits, the building blocks that people are actually going to touch and click and tap on. Let's talk icons and buttons. Okay, so here's the thing. These little pieces can't just sit there. They have to communicate with you. Take icons, for example. An outlined icon might be saying, hey, you can tap on me, but once you do, it fills in, and now it's saying, you are here. Defining these different states is absolutely crucial for making an app feel intuitive.
And it's the exact same logic for buttons. You never design just one button. You design a whole family of them. You've got your big, loud, primary action button for the most important thing on the screen. And then you have a quieter, secondary one for less important options. Having these variants gives you tons of flexibility, but it keeps everything looking consistent.
So, we have our foundation. We have our little building blocks. But how do we actually assemble them in a way that makes sense and can grow over time? Well, for that, you need a master plan. And one of the most popular ones out there is called the atomic design principle.
The whole idea is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It's borrowed straight from chemistry, believe it or not. You break down your entire interface into the absolute smallest, most basic parts you can. Those are your atoms. Then you start combining those atoms to build bigger things, and you just keep going from there. And this is where it all just clicks. Our atoms are those basic things we already talked about: the colors, the text styles, the icons. Then we combine a text atom with an icon atom, and boom, we've got a button molecule. Then you can take a few of those button molecules, put them together, and you have a complex organism, like a whole sidebar menu. It's just such a logical, scalable way to build. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. We've seen all the little pieces and the theory behind it, but now let's look at the big picture, the incredible, real-world impact you get when you take this detailed blueprint and turn it into a fully functioning digital skyscraper. This quote from the designer Stephen Hay just nails it. It captures the huge mental shift that has to happen. See, the old way of doing things was designing one page at a time. The new way is to think in systems. You're not just building a single house. You're manufacturing the standardized bricks, windows, and doors that can build any house you can imagine. So, why does all this matter? The payoff is massive. First off, speed.
You're building and updating products faster than ever because you're just assembling pre-made parts. Then, of course, consistency. Everyone is using the same Legos. That makes it scalable, so you can grow without a mess. But maybe most importantly, collaboration. Designers and developers are finally speaking the same language, working from a single source of truth.
So, here's a little challenge for you. The next time you open your favorite app, I want you to look closer. Look for the patterns, look for the repeating buttons, the consistent fonts. Try to spot the atoms, the molecules, and the organisms all working together. Because now you know the secret, right? You're not just looking at a screen anymore, you're looking at a system. So, what systems can you find?